Can you lower your blood pressure in minutes? The answer is yes, you can. I'm going to give you 3 specific ways to do it. Number 1, deep breathing, and here's what you want to do. You want to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. I have a ton of tutorials on this on my YouTube channel. So at the end of the video, I'm going to put something down in a box if you want to specifically know the details of how to do it, and you can follow along with me. White coat syndrome, and this is a situation where you go into the doctor's office, you're just nervous, you don't like being there, you're pissed off at the doctor, you're pissed off at the staff. Did you know that your systolic blood pressure can go up 10 millimeters of mercury and your diastolic numbers can go up 5 millimeters of mercury just by the very nature of white coat syndrome? So what that actually means is, let's say your normal blood pressure is 120/80. Well, now guess what it is at the doctor's office? 130/85. And now, of course, the doctor wants to put you on medication, all because of white coat syndrome. The second thing that you can do to lower your blood pressure in minutes, assuming that you can do this in just a couple minutes, is go to the bathroom, urinate. Did you know that a full bladder will increase your systolic number by 10 to 15 millimeters of mercury? So in other words, if your blood pressure is normally 120/80, now, because you have a full bladder, now your blood pressure is artificially high, 135/80. Guess what the doctor's gonna say? You need medication. The third and final thing that you can do is make sure that when your blood pressure is being checked, that your feet are flat on the floor and that you have adequate back support. The blood pressure, when it's checked at the doctor, is supposed to be your resting blood pressure, which means you're supposed to be rested. But no, what happens? First of all, you show up at the doctor's office on time, you're sitting in that waiting room for over an hour, the staff never tells you why the doctor is late for over an hour. Then they open the door and say, "Mrs. Jones, come with me." You run into the room, you jump onto that exam table with that paper that's on the exam table like a kosher deli. Your feet are dangling, legs are crossed, no back support. They slap the blood pressure cuff on, the wrong arm of course, over your clothing, and your blood pressure's high. So just because you don't have adequate back support and because your feet are dangling and not flat on the floor, your blood pressure numbers can be 6 to 10 millimeters higher artificially. So what does this mean? If your normal blood pressure is 120/80, now it's 130/80. Well, Mrs. Jones, you need high blood pressure medication. The thing that no one talks about is, what if you combine all these 3? Is it cumulative? Do they magnify one another? Nobody knows because they just don't study this stuff. But white coat syndrome is a real thing. People don't understand that when you go into a doctor's office, very often your blood pressure is artificially higher than it normally would be. These 3 tips that I told you will help you so that when you go into the doctor's office, you're getting a more accurate reading of your blood pressure. Today's video sponsor is Mother Good Earth, and they are a great company because they are, first of all, sponsoring this video, and second of all, they have the greatest minerals ever, and they have a philosophy of minerals come from the earth. So where do you get it? From the earth. And so watch what I'm gonna do here. We're just gonna go down. It rained the other day. You just take a nice cup here and just scoop up some mud. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix this Mother Earth with water and drink it to get all the minerals that come from the earth. So you can see I just mixed it with water and all the chunky goodness is in there. Beautiful for minerals. Oh my God. Oh, screw this. I don't need the money. No more sponsorship. Okay guys, good news. I have a new sponsor, By Optimizers, and they have Magnesium Breakthrough. This actually I do use. I take 2 tablets at nighttime. It helps me sleep. It's got 7 different minerals. Now, of course, Mother Earth supplies minerals in the dirt, but it needs to come into the vegetables. And if the soil isn't good, if you're not eating organic vegetables, you're not getting as many minerals as you really should be. So that's why I take 2 tablets. It's got 500 milligrams of magnesium in it, and it's got 7 different types of magnesium. The reason I take this is for a number of reasons. It regulates my blood pressure, it keeps my heart healthy, which is an endurance athlete I really want, and it helps me sleep. It's easy on the stomach, easy to digest, no digestive trouble, and this is actually a sponsor that I could stand by. Oh man, who's gonna clean up these chunks? So like I said, at the end of this video, I'm gonna put a box on either side of the video. Click that box because it's gonna give you the details of exactly how to do the breathing that will lower your blood pressure in minutes. And as always, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, bell notification. I am out.